Hey, warriors. Okay, so what if emotions weren't just feelings? Well, we know that they're not, okay? But let's say they're shapes, not metaphors, okay? Actual geometric fields forming inside our body. Because emotion isn't just psychological, it's vibrational, okay? And vibration always organizes itself into geometry. Every emotion, okay, it carries a frequency. And when frequency moves through matter, it creates pattern. Okay, we see this in somatics, sound forming shape in sand and water, different tones, different geometry. Your body is mostly water. So when emotion moves through you, it's forming patterns in your internal field the same way sound forms shapes in water. That's awesome. I mean, seriously, okay? Emotion, um, is literally geometry in motion. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, so think about it. Think about how emotions feel physically. Anxiety, it feels scattered, erratic. Okay, grief feels heavy and sinking. Anger feels sharp, spiked. Love feels expansive and spherical. Okay. Peace, it feels symmetrical and balanced. Um, these sensations, they're not random. They're your nervous system perceiving energetic structure. Some examples, okay, you can even describe visually. Okay. Fear, fragmented, jagged fields. Um, Joy, that radiating um outward waves. Shame, okay? Collapsing inward spirals. um your body registers emotion as spatial geometry, not just mood, okay? um Different emotions tend to organize different body regions. You know what I'm saying? Like in your chest, that's where you feel love, grief, compassion. Solar plexus, that's where you're gonna feel power, shame, anger. um Throat, expression, suppression. Head, that's where the overwhelm, mental pressure. People often feel tingling, heat, expansion, pressure, tightness. Those sensations are your body perceiving emotional geometry forming. I think that's awesome. Anyway, here's where the healing would come in, okay? Not all emotional geometry is coherent, okay? Um Distorted emotions, okay? Those create jagged fields, collapsed structures, chaotic wave patterns, energy congestion, you know? Um, Coherent emotion creates symmetry, flow, expansion, harmonic wave movement. So you don't want to not feel any emotion, but you do want to restore emotional geometry to coherence. Okay? Um yeah, okay, so sound is one of the fastest ways to reorganize emotional geometry. Okay? Um because sound directly creates pattern. Okay? Like humming, that's where you're stabilizing uh scattered fields. Okay? Toning vowels, that's your chest, you're reshaping the resonance in your chest. Chanting, That creates rhythmic symmetry. Singing. That's, expanding your emotional capacity, that kind of thing. Okay. Um, you know, when you make sound, you're vibrating the water and the tissue in your body. You are literally redrawing the geometry emotion formed. Okay, that's fucking so cool. And when you, okay, so sound alone reshapes that pattern. Okay, but when you put intention and sound, that makes a direct pattern. Like, for example, okay, if you feel anxiety in your chest, breathe into that area, you know, tone a low O or ah, okay? And intend, expansion instead of contraction. You might feel, heat releasing. You might feel your breath deepening. You might feel pressure softening. There's going to be some type of emotional shift, is what I'm saying. That is geometry reorganizing. I think that's beautiful. Um, you know, so okay, so ask yourself, like when you're in the middle of an emotion, does this emotion feel sharp or soft? You know the questions. Is this expanding or is it collapsing? Does it spiral, spike, or fucking radiate? When you see emotion as a shape, it's like you stop fearing it. Do you know what I mean? And you want to start working with it. That's, come on, guys. That's really awesome. Emotion isn't just something that we feel, okay? It's something that our fields are building, a living geometry that we hold in our fucking, formed by frequency that we're holding in our bodies. This is, and it's constantly reshaping itself through our fucking breath, our sound, our awareness, And if we can learn to work with, emotional geometry, we don't have to be overwhelmed by our feelings anymore. Do you know what I mean? We can become the architects of our own internal fields. And could you imagine if you could see in there? Like, if you could see into your chest when you were feeling love, like what you would see. I think that's beautiful. I love you.